is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. 3, 2, 1, go! Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Loveline, coast to coast.
Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. David Allen Greer. Is that fart smell, Drew? Is that why you're laughing? Drew let one go right before the mics heated up, everybody.
What are you going to do? That's why you make the big bucks.
Drew talks a pretty good gas game, and he threatens me a lot. But, I have been punished by him before. That is true. But Drew threatens. Drew has a handful of foods that will give him certain gas.
Yes.
And I wish I had that because I would keep small specimens of it in my wallet in case I had to take a long train ride or something.
Right.
But Drew doesn't work that way. He stays away from the food that gives him gas, and I guess that's part of the Hippocratic Oath. Yes?
You do no harm.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
That's part of the philosophy, yes.
What is the Hippocratic Oath exactly? Did you take it as a doctor?
No.
There was no raising of the right hand, taking off the hat, nothing?
Although I did commencement speeches at several medical schools, and so I read it, and I heard it read several times at the other schools. And there's a modern version of it, an ancient version. The ancient version of it includes, I will do no surgery.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, not because that was considered the barbers did surgery. Physicians were the doctors.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And is that from Hippocrates?
Hippocrates, yeah.
Hippocrates, and why? Where does the Hippocratic Oath and being a hypocrite come from?
Don't know.
All right. We're going to look into that.
Okay.
All right. I gave the phone number, right?
Huh?
I said that David Allen Greer.
Yeah. You know what? I wanted to bring up something else, too. I thought about coming in here tonight with no guest.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, Adam, you've just not been spending enough time with me.
It's been a while.
It's just you need to just be more attentive and spend more time.
Well,
it's not going to work if you don't spend more time alone with me.
I mean, let's be honest and let's be brutally gay here for a second. You and I treat this show like we're out on a date, and we don't need a chaperone who is the guest.
That's right.
Now, the people who are listening to the show may enjoy the guests, and oftentimes we enjoy the guests as well.
Yeah.
But we need some us time.
Absolutely.
That was Dickie from the Bosstones. Had lunch with him today, by the way.
Oh, how's he doing?
He's doing well.
Oh, that's good.
He's out here doing the $100,000 pyramid, and he told me he'd call me. He said he'd call the show if he won $100,000, so I'm guessing he did. All right, so it's me and you tonight, buddy. Yeah. We're going to rekindle the flame, all right?
All right, hope so.
I'm going to warm your cockles. And, again, David Allen Greer in here tomorrow night. That's my main man. See, that's what I use. When a white guy's a friend of mine, I call him a dear, dear friend. But when a black guy's a friend of mine, I call him my main man. See, lets people subtly know what color the person is I'm talking about. Yeah. Justin? Someone leave the car door open?
Sorry.
Smoke alarm?
What is that, your car door?
Yeah.
All right. Is your car in your house, or are you in your car?
I'm in my car.
Uh-huh. And you're calling from your cell phone?
Yeah.
All right. What's up?
I actually had two questions, and the first one I wanted to ask is I'm 20 years old, and I don't masturbate.
Uh-huh.
I never have.
Mm-hmm.
How come?
I don't know. Just the thought of it never really gave me any incentive to do it.
We have to go out to Florida and retrieve old Justin and put him in the lab.
Hey, Justin?
Yeah?
Yeah, what's up? Maybe you should get a PET scan or a CAT scan or something like that. Do you think you have a tumor? I think you may have a tumor. Yes.
Have you ever ejaculated?
Yeah.
I
mean, I've had sex and stuff, but I've never masturbated.
And the sex goes okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Or do you have a reasonable sex drive?
Yeah, I do.
You a religious man?
Not really.
Really? And it's never, do you own any pornography? And if
yes, a little bit.
Yes, can I have it? You're clearly not using it.
Yeah, sure, I'll send it to you.
What do you have? Do you have movies?
Just a couple magazines. I really don't collect it or anything because don't really use it.
You like women?
Love women.
Because I'm guessing, even if you like guys, I wonder, you think gay men beat off more than straight guys?
Yes.
They do?
Probably.
Why? Just because gay guys are in love with their penis?
No, because they get to do everything more than straight guys.
So as a gay guy, you get to look at your own penis and get excited. Do you not?
I think they don't.
I think they do. I think the gays love their penises. I mean, it's the part that they crave, if you think about it. Okay, I know what you're saying, but a little bit. A little bit.
Maybe. So, Justin, I'm not clear what's going on here. You want any medication?
No.
Do you ever...
Not at all.
Any major traumas or anything growing up?
No, nothing.
And how often do you have sex?
Twice, 2-3 times a week.
And did you have wet dreams when you were younger?
No.
You never had wet dreams?
No.
You've been having sex 2-3 times a week for how long?
Couple years now.
All right. Well, maybe that's it. You're just on a maintenance program.
Did you have puberty late?
No. Actually, the first time I had sex was when I was 12.
Oh, here we go.
What?
Yeah. Well, why don't you squeeze one off just to satisfy Drew? Could you do it? You think you could do it?
I don't know. I don't even know if touching myself will get myself excited.
Are you hot, Daddy?
Really?
I know, Adam, it's a little stretch for you.
Couldn't you try it and we'll just get back with you?
Maybe the toothbrush technique that you were indoctrinated with.
Please.
Electric toothbrush.
How dare you? Where are you, Justin? You're in your car?
Yeah.
When are you going to get home?
I'll be home in like 5 minutes.
Okay, go home. I'm going to put you on hold. Try it out. I'd like to see you succeed in this arena. I'd like you to excel at this.
You're serious?
Yeah, give it a try. You're 20 years old.
Okay.
I mean, you never try. You're saying you never do, but you never try.
No, I haven't tried.
Yes, nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say, or no semen lost. What's up with him? You think that's bogus?
Occurred to me it was bogus. Sex at 12 can freak a guy out. And maybe he's been having sex regularly ever since.
He's having sex 3 times a week, and he
Since
just doesn't
12,
think about it.
Maybe he never...
You think he's had sex 3 times a week since he was 12?
Even if he had it once a month since he was 12, they'd be...
Justin?
Yeah?
Who'd you have sex with when you were 12?
A girlfriend of mine.
How old was she?
She was 17.
How long did
that go on?
A couple months.
Couple months. At age 12?
Yeah.
And ejaculating at age 12?
Yeah.
With a 17-year-old?
Yeah.
She must have been a real piece of work, this broad.
Yeah, she really was.
And then did you hop right into another relationship after that?
Yeah, pretty much right after.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
You're one of the few guys we've ever spoken to who's just continuously had sex his entire life, has never needed to fall back on masturbation. Like to study you.
Is that a bad thing?
I couldn't hang out with you, but if that's the way you choose to go through your life, that's your prerogative. Sex is good. It's not the real thing, you know. What kind of 17-year-old? By the way, a senior in high school going out with like a fifth grader?
Seventh grader.
Seventh, sixth.
Maybe.
Oh, now I got to get back again. Justin?
Yeah?
What grade was your 17-year-old girlfriend in?
She was a junior.
Junior, and you were in what grade?
I was in 8th, actually.
8th?
Uh-huh.
Skipped ahead, huh?
Yeah, I was skipped a grade.
See, you don't beat off. It makes you smart. Drew, seriously, the IQ of guys who beat off more than 10 times a week, lower than guys that beat off twice a week?
It drains out some of the chi that would otherwise be used for intellectual functioning, yes, of course.
I heard that the semen is stored up into the brain, that it uses the spinal column as sort of a downspout, and the scupper is the penis, if you could relate it to drainage.
Yeah.
And so when you masturbate, it actually depletes the brain of the vital semen. True? True?
I like the scupper analogy. Yeah, that was good.
You know what a scupper is?
No, but it just sounds good.
Scupper is the hole in a parapet of the building of a roof. You know roofs that have flat, buildings that have flat roofs?
Yes.
And they have those little parapets?
Yes.
And they have the holes in them where the water drains out? That's a scupper.
Nice.
Matt? Sounds like what it is, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Matt, you're 25.
Yes, I am.
What's up?
Oh, I was just wondering, for you and Dr. Drew, I'm married to my My wife's 25.
Yeah.
We have a couple kids. And my concern is not a sexual frequency, but the amount out of those times that we have sex, how many times she does the initiating.
You want her to come on to you.
Yeah, I want her sexual aggression.
This is a really common thing guys complain about.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't hear it that much.
No, I hear it when I'm out speaking and stuff, and I hear it in clinical life. But the reason is women aren't given a repertoire of how to initiate. And also, the hormonal environment they live in, estrogen is about receptivity. Testosterone is about pursuit. Really, that's how God set us up. That's how the biology that we operate within. So it's already sort of set up that way. Then you add to that the fact that women gain no facility. They're not sort of trained with initiation. They don't get a lot of skill with that. For many women, it is extremely uncomfortable to initiate sex or ungratifying. They just want you to do it, and it feels better if you start it out.
Yeah, but do you really need her to do it, or what if she's just receptive when you want to do it? Isn't that enough?
Well, I give her that. I mean, she is very receptive. It's not like I get shot down a lot.
See, the guys want the porn movie. That's what they want.
That's true. I'll go with that.
See, they want someone who just is driven wild by them and is constantly, receptive but has to have. This is the Spanish Fly fantasy, is what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Guys feel like unloved, unwanted, undesirable unless someone comes after them.
But isn't this just insecure guys? I mean, normal guys, when you're horny, you go to her and she's receptive. When you're not, you watch TV and everything's fine. This is the best way to have it.
I know. It'd just be a lot more exciting and stuff.
He ain't giving this up.
Yeah, relationship-wise, if we could be just, one night I'd be watching TV or at the computer and
yeah, but then
basically come and rape me.
I know you get into that catch-22. It's the same thing the women do with guys. I want you to be more spontaneous. It's like, aren't you ruining it with this conversation of spontaneity?
Yeah.
Well, don't be okay, well, what do you want me to do? What's your definition of spontaneous? Well, it'd be nice if you got some fly. Okay, is that spontaneous?
But, yes, but even so, these guys would be just as happy if a woman behaved as if she were driven wild, even if she weren't. They just want the porn scenario.
Well, wait a minute. Does she have an orgasm when you're with her?
I have to assume, yeah. She says so. All the.
Hang on.
All right, hold on.
What kind of answer was that?
He's like a puss, this guy. I mean, he's insecure. I hate an insecure guy. No, I don't mind an insecure guy, but I like it to come out in the form of complaints, not pussery. When guys do that, she says she is. I wish she's not making me feel.
Don't you think he's one of these guys that's smarter than everyone and should have the job that doesn't have? One of those things.
Those guys usually aren't married with a couple of kids and living in Minnesota. But what do you mean she says? What do you mean she says she has an orgasm? You don't believe her?
Oh yeah, I'm just not gonna sit there and assume that she is. I don't want to come off as being the macho guy that's like, oh, yeah, of course she has an orgasm. What do you mean? What a stupid question.
All right.
I'm going to take her word for it, yeah.
Okay.
But, I did a little research before calling, and one of the books I read said that a healthy relationship is close to, 50% between the two initiating.
No,
rarely happens like that,
man.
Man.
Agree with that?
It just doesn't happen like that.
Who wrote that? Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
Drew hates Dr. Phil.
No, I wasn't.
Makes all that money, gets all those ratings. Everyone comes to him for answers. America wants to know what Dr. Phil has to say. They don't care about Drew.
Issues you try to
even Pasadena isn't interested in what Drew has to say. Forget about America. Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt. That
that
50-50 stuff is a malarkey. Right. All right, don't worry about it.
The fact that she does it at all is kind of interesting.
I don't want to come across as being worried.
I understand, but your wife holds still and lets you have sex with her whenever you want to have sex with her, and that's way ahead of the game. Then has an orgasm, so you're even further ahead of the game.
Yeah, that's unusually,
But you could talk. You could talk to her and say, "Hey, I'd appreciate it if you'd initiate it every once in a while."
Well, she does 5% of the time.
Oh, because 95% of the time he does it. Doesn't 95% mean either 70% or 100%?
Yeah, 95% is not a number that I would use if she did it some of the time. If she did it once, I'd say 95%.
Right. 95%. See, 99. I got to figure out. I'm going to work what percentages mean, but 95% either means it's 60% you're lying, trying to make a point, or it's 100%.
It's never, yeah.
Or never. All right. Let's talk to Shauna.
Yes.
You're 23.
Right.
What's up?
I'm supposed to be getting my tubes tied next week. I've set up an appointment.
You're 23. How many kids do you have?
I have 3.
Oof. All right.
Does your foot just start tapping when you hear this music, Shauna?
I don't like that music.
Oh, okay. You had an ass full of it growing up.
So, you're going to get your tubes tied. How come they didn't do it at the time of your last pregnancy?
I don't know. The
Was there a
doctor
plan?
never. I was supposed to, as far as I knew he was going to do it.
All right.
Do they do it during the at the pregnancy,
Sometimes
during the
they'll do 'em.
Delivery?
If it's
He was supposed to do it right after I gave birth to my last.
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, so you mean when you bring your car in and the guy says as long as it's up on the rack,
that's part of the deal.
we went ahead and we had to pull had to pull the discs to resurface them, so we should repack the bearings as long as the discs are off. They do that with vaginas.
More importantly, sometimes this is the only chance you have to get your mitts done. Some of these people, you know what I'm saying? You got them in the hospital. You got you in the delivery. It's like, hey, we got you now. Let's deal with this thing. This is your 5th child. Let's get it. Let's deal with it now.
But I mean,
I think it's more what them impetus than anything else.
They actually do it when she's up in the stirrups?
No. Well, if it's a C-section or something, I imagine they would do it then. But
if it's a C-section, they do it?
Because
is that how they go? How do they tie the tubes? They go in C-section style?
Or laparoscope.
Through the abdomen?
Yeah.
They don't go up through the...
No.
Oh. Yeah, I knew that. Shauna?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to get your tubes tied.
Right. But he tried to talk me out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
And I have to go see him 2 days before I'm supposed to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants me to reconsider.
Why?
And to have an IUD.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
And
why does he want you to reconsider?
Well, he threw up the, what if I were to lose one of my children?
That's nice.
Or
Did he
like
give you a scenario like a rhino stampede or a drifter puts a shiv in him? Or
By the way, unfortunately, one of the worst reasons to have another kid is to replace one.
Well, that's why you have a few extras.
Yeah, to start with.
Well, I know they can't be replaceable, and
But people do that, and it's really unfair to the child.
Which one?
The upcoming one.
Oh. Well, why not?
It's unhealthy emotionally.
All right. Really, but he didn't mention how the kid might pass, did they? Did he? He just said, "What if you lose one?"
Was he warning her about something?
no, he just said, God forbid if something happened to one of your other children, and
Right.
you've got your tubes tied, and
Right.
you might want another one.
All right.
Just for that, and
Right.
I don't think I do.
All right. Well, you just tell him this is what you want. Then go ahead. All you women, stand up for your ovaries or against them.
Yes.
Or your fallopian tubing. Is that what they tie? What do they tie? The fallopian
tubing. Yes.
Did they tie it?
They burn it and tie it and cut it.
Jeez, that's a lot of stuff. Shauna, stand up for your tubes. Tell me when I'm tied.
Okay, but this IUD thing.
Yeah.
He had told me that if I had it done, it lasts 10 years.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Can, yeah.
The IUD can last 10 years?
Yeah.
And what's the odds of it getting lost up inside a person?
Remote. You would know. I mean, you can sort of tell it.
If it starts migrating?
Yeah, the string's missing.
What is that little copper paper clip?
Yeah.
Looks like the AIDS ribbon?
Right. That's one of them.
Is that shape?
Kind of, yeah.
Do they have different ones, like a Japanese throwing star?
They're most of the... That's what the Dalcon... Hey, the Dalcon shield used to look like that.
Like the Japanese throwing star?
Yes, it did. You remember those?
The Dalcon shield?
It looked like, I swear to God, it looked like an oblong, like a uterus-shaped...
Throwing star?
Yes.
Interesting.
Or like a sand crab or something.
Crouching tiger, hidden dragon. That could have been like her secret weapon. Sand crab. All right. So get your stuff tied. Tell the doctor. How many doctors are worried about getting sued if they do it?
No.
No? You just sign a whole bunch of stuff and that's it?
Yeah, no, I think he's just got he's just, being careful. She's 23. It's irrational. We wouldn't agree with it, but it's rational.
Yeah, 3 kids at 23 seems like enough.
And almost it precludes her from having more. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, you screwed up. You screwed up so badly that we don't want you having more kids, even if you lose all 3. No more.
How do you know? How do you know she screwed up so badly? I mean, she's got a nice marriage, Shauna.
No.
Everything okay? How many guys? 4 guys?
What do you mean?
Who gave birth to? Who are the fathers to all these kids?
One person.
One person.
Yes.
But you guys together?
Yes.
Okay, so that's working out.
Yes.
Does he work around metal?
I don't know. He's probably listening right now. He's a feed truck driver.
Truck driver. Feed truck.
Feed truck.
What does her dad do? It'd be interesting to see if she knows what he does.
Feed truck driver. Jesus Christ, that is a comedy answer. All right.
What's the odds of me getting pregnant, though, down the line? He mentioned something about me being so young.
Yeah.
And getting them tied.
Yeah, and then
at this age.
And they could open back up again.
Right.
I don't know the number off the top of my head with that, but that is a possibility.
I can tell you this: if you write down a feed truck operator on the application, the percentage goes up quite a bit of you getting impregnated again.
He has to be missing at least one tooth.
If the guy's either missing a tooth or driving a feed truck, your likelihood of overriding the tubal tie is much greater than if the guy's an orthodontist.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. What are you pointing at? You want to take a break?
The clock, yeah.
Chris?
Yeah.
You're 21?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister, I have a younger sister, she's 18.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a senior in high school, and since about the beginning of her junior year, she's kind of gone off the deep end. She's, gone into drugs and sleeping around, and I haven't really gotten into a deep conversation, but I'm over here in Connecticut. My parents are in L.A. They gave me a call, and I guess she got arrested. There's all sorts of stuff, and I want to know what I can do. How can I talk to her about this?
She's in L.A.?
Yeah.
That's where he grew up. Now he's at Wesleyan. Where are you?
I'm in Stamford, Connecticut. I'm going to school here.
All right. So she's like the black sheep, and she's younger.
Yeah, she's 18.
Will she listen to you?
I think so. We've never fought a lot.
Well, here's the thing. You got to get a conversation in just in case she ODs, so you can say you did it.
Oh, come on.
Well, I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying.
So he doesn't feel guilty. Well, here's the deal.
If something horrible, this isn't bad. We got to go to break. I know Anderson wants to eat some pie. I want to eat some pie too.
All right, let's go.
But no, I want to wrap this up.
I want to talk.
Want to get back there?
Yeah.
But let me just finish this thought. If somebody's doing something that you object to or that could be harmful to themselves, you need to step up and say something. And I know it sounds like a comedy answer, but in case they kill themselves or they OD or their dealer snuffs them out or something, you at least for the rest of your life can say, hey,
I tried.
I didn't sit there and think about it. You always hear these people interviewed, I should have said something, I should have done more, I should have intervened, and now it's too late. You want to go on record as being able to say you said something.
All right. Now let's talk about what can help her when we get back.
Also, Adam, I need you to lay that stuff down with the good times and.
Oh yeah, so when you're gone, when
you're a big boy.
Oh yeah. Anderson was flapping around in there. I wasn't sure why he was flapping around.
I just wanted eye contact, man.
I know, but I
do it right now.
Yeah, let's put it down.
It's so late already.
Let's put it down.
I just want a couple. I need a couple different tonations on each.
Okay. All right. Let's write these down. Right. We decided in the last few nights that I think I could do the entire show just by laying down a couple adages with a few different tones to them.
No, let's be clear about this.
I decided.
If we have these things, you can go home. So let's lay them down.
All right. So what are they, Drew?
What are you going to do?
Okay. What are you going to do? Do another one. What are you going to do? Okay, that still works.
Need a serious one. One more.
Oh, okay. What are you going to do? Okay, that had feeling to it.
Okay.
All right, that's number one.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
Now I need the comedy light.
He's a big boy.
No, not
that's fat.
Not literally a big boy.
I see.
Just like toss it off.
Okay, Meisner. Are you done over
action.
there? Okay. He's a big boy.
There you go. One more. Serious.
Well, serious what? He's a big boy?
Like, he can handle it. He's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
There you go. All right. Okay. Now, next, what's in there? That's why I make the big bucks.
Okay. That's why I make the big bucks.
Okay.
Now, again, if you're just listening, we're going to record all these things, and I think I can get through an entire phone call with just these drops if Anderson does it right. Possibly the second hour of the show.
Right.
I'll just be eating pie and smoking weed in the parking lot.
Now, that's why you make the big bucks.
That's why. Okay, I'm sorry. That's why you make the big bucks.
That's it.
And I got me making the big bucks.
That's it.
Okay.
That's good. And now we need about 4 good times.
Yeah, but Drew, don't be Orson Welles. Just let him go.
All right, but I appreciate the coaching. I'll give you 4 good times.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times. Good times.
See, I'm the one that's going to be sitting here with all that stuff going on. Actually.
Right.
So I need what we need.
What are we missing?
No, we're done.
That's why I get the big bucks.
You're done.
The big boy. What's that?
This is why you make the big bucks.
Break.
You're done. You're going home.
All right.
Right.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back, and I'll come back with Cyber Adam. I'll be eating pie. Let's see if we can get through a call after this. Hey, yo. Loveline, I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Drew is going to, I'm going to sing the dreidel song while Drew demolishes his pie.
No, you eat pie, and we've got your altar here to answer questions.
They're not ready yet.
No, Anderson's going to have to work that up. But when he does, it'll be pie every night. I'll just be sitting here. I'll just be like a guy who basically, I'll be like the guy who watches the radar screen up in the tower. You know, I won't do anything unless some trouble occurs. Like,
sounds like they're a little busier than that.
But I mean, what I'm saying is I'm looking out for bogeys. You see what I'm saying?
I see.
It could be months before something goes on.
You're just there for vigilance.
I'll be leaning back. I'll be sipping off of a flask. I'll be eating a pie with my hands one night 6 months from now, and I'll be just starting to doze off, and I'll hear this. Good times. Good times. Good times. Good times. And I'll see Anderson flailing his arms, and I'll throw the pie down and blah, 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 lean up on the mic.
There you go.
All right.
When there's a scratch on the record.
That's right. All right, so our last caller.
What's great is that our callers don't even know what you're talking about, the skipping. They've never been exposed to that.
CD skip every once in a while. All right. Good times. That's when I move. Okay, so our last caller dropped off.
The sister was out of control. What I wanted to tell him, had we been able to retain him on the line, was that he can't do anything, but he has to make sure that the parents get her to treatment. This is a situation that can't be effed around with. She needs treatment. She is in trouble. It's a critical period, a pivotal period in her life, and she could really hurt herself and or send herself down a path that will be forever difficult to come back from. Needs treatment, and treatment works.
She's a big boy.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? All right. Amanda?
Hi.
19 years of age.
True.
Calling from Washington State.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about getting into stripping?
Actually, yes.
All right. Well, I read the screen. I'm not clairvoyant. And what kind of stripping? Topless, bottomless?
Full nude.
Full nude?
Full nude.
Now, why start there?
It makes the money. Right now, I'm really hurting for money. I just moved out of my house a couple of months ago. I just got out of high school. And I lost my job day before yesterday.
What was your job?
I was a used car salesman.
Mm-hmm. And how did you lose that job?
I was laid off because the economy just kind of went down, and I work in an area that depends on a lot of Boeing traffic. And since Boeing's going on strike, or at least thinking about it, we've had almost no customers.
Oh, all right. And you want to go to the? Is there a place you've picked out to dance at?
Yeah, it's actually right by North Seattle.
And do you go audition?
I did.
And how'd that go?
It went really well. The guy was kind of surprised that I was as good as I was.
Right. And did you work the pole?
Yes.
I mean, did you work his pole?
No.
That's a little stripper comedy there. No. And do you get totally nude in the audition?
Yes, you do. You have to.
You have to. That'd be my policy, too. Yeah. You got to... no, honey. Yeah, with the corn cob. Thank you. I'm sorry. It's. Don't make me pull out the bylaws here.
It's policy.
It's policy. Yeah.
Amanda, even though there's sort of a rational motivation for this, what my experience has been is that women that don't perceive a boundary here or are willing to do that usually have got some issues in terms of
What kind of issues?
Feelings about men or feelings of powerlessness at other times in their life, and sort of this is an attempt to sort of regain a sense of power, and it doesn't end up doing that for you. What happened? Were you abandoned or abused?
My father left when I was 5, but really more than that.
All right. Well, that's an issue. How much do you think you could make at this place?
Probably $100 a shift.
That's not that much.
Well, it's more than I made at work.
Yeah, but I mean, couldn't you deal weed or something?
Well, that's illegal now, isn't it?
Well, so is when the meter expires, but it doesn't mean you turn yourself in. You know what I'm saying, baby? $100. That's what's going on over there. I mean, that's cheap, isn't it?
Well, it's $100 after everything's said and done. You paid the club for all the fees that they charge you.
How many hours do you work on that shift?
The fees that they charge you.
What's that?
Do they charge you to work?
They charge you a $65 house fee.
So you don't get paid to work there. They charge you to work there.
The money is in the dancing, essentially. No, you don't get paid by the hour. You
the tip.
There's a lot of jobs that work this way. Like you buy a chair at a barber shop.
Yeah.
You got to lease it out.
Wow.
You got to lease that pole and that piece of stage out and that Warren's Cherry Pie song out. And you walk with $100 at the end of a good night.
The end of an average night, a good night could be $150 to $200.
You're doing lap dances?
Yeah.
Isn't it $20 a pop for the lap dance?
Yeah. Where I work, some places that are close to where I work are 30.
30?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so you're doing a handful of lap. I mean, you can on a 4-hour shift, you could do 25 lap dances, couldn't you?
Maybe not that many. A good shift is like 15 to 20.
Have you already been working?
I did a really small, 2-hour deal. The guy let me try it, but I only give a couple of lap dances because I don't have my license yet. I have to go get it tomorrow.
You got to get a lap dance license?
No, you have to get, basically the idea of the nudity license is that you know the laws of the state, and, if a cop comes in and busts you, that you're fully liable for it.
Right. And
liable for what?
Just the fact that you broke the law and they can fine you for it.
It's against the law to dance nude?
No, there's certain rules, like no
touching, things like that.
Yeah. He can't stuff money up your coos, for instance.
No, you're not.
No matter how.
Hey, Bob, I'll show you appreciate it. Down the drop trowel. Yeah, we got a businessman's lunch coming up on Saturday night. Drop trowel. Show you appreciate it. What's your name, Amanda?
Pardon me?
What's your stripper name?
Sapphire.
Sapphire? Sapphire coming in stage. Dried up over at the Boeing plant over there, selling used cars. Show you appreciate it. Sapphire.
I didn't realize that radio guys started as strippers. What do they call those guys? Announcers.
That's what the guy sounds like who works at the club, right, Sapphire?
Not quite.
Oh, please. How dare you? He's probably worse. Fat guy with a ponytail and a fanny pack trying to nail all the strippers. Yeah, but you want me to walk you out to your car? Yeah, that's tough. My old lady just broke up. You want to do some coke? Do some coke.
Are you cool?
Coke? You cool? We do some coke. All right, Amanda. We don't approve. We don't approve.
You don't think it's a good idea?
No, because once you get in, it's hard to get out.
And there's these issues that you're trying to sort of satisfy. The reason it's gratifying for you is you end up hating men and other people for participating with you in this thing. It doesn't solve anything for you.
But Danny?
Yeah.
You're 20?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to date a stripper?
I'd actually just like to bang her if possible.
Oh, okay. All right. Good times.
Let me add you to that list. I got a long list of guys who want to do that. This is someone you've gone in and seen dance?
Yeah, I've seen her 4 or 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
She likes my money very much, but I'd like her to like other parts of me better.
Well, what she likes is your money, and that's it.
Well, maybe she likes him.
How did you break through that barrier, Adam?
Well, when I dated the stripper.
Yeah.
Here's the truth. if you go into a strip joint enough, and you're not one of these jack-offs with the mullet or the bad ponytail, or the or there's like a tank top with the Rottweiler on it that says "Bad to the Bone," or one of those other retard shirts you idiots wear. You don't look like the DJ guy with the leather fanny pack and you know all that stuff. You can sit there and look sort of normal, and they'll notice the normal guy out there.
Huh.
Like strip clubs have like three types of guys. Strip clubs have the dicey foreign guys, crazy suspect, dicey nationality foreign guys who sit there and look all grubby. They don't like them. Then they got the I'm in a band guy. You know, the long hair.
Yeah.
I'm like rock. I work at the Guitar Center guy.
Right.
And then there's the mullet guy, and then there's the confused Mexican.
There's
This guy's
older
lost
guys
his
there,
way.
too.
Doesn't know where he is. And then there's the old weird guy.
Yeah.
If you can be the sort of normal, semi-attractive guy who doesn't, there's not drool rolling down your chin, and you're sitting in the sea of these guys, and you go in there enough, they'll sort of notice you as the normal guy. And you can actually make some headway that way. Danny?
Yeah.
What do you look like?
6'1", about 160, 155, brown hair, shaved head.
Shaved head.
Shaved head.
Yeah.
What's your
Brown.
bag? You're not fitting into any of the categories I was talking about?
I guess I kind of dress like a skater, I guess, but, you know.
Yeah.
But he's the band guy.
You got the regular guy kind of look, though? I mean,
I'm pretty normal looking. I don't.
all right. Yeah.
Not too white trash, not too
All
mullet.
right. And
there's
there's what the hell was that?
Car accident?
yeah.
There's one girl you particularly like?
Yeah, she's hot. And I figure if you're a stripper, you know, you got to be banging a lot of guys. So I just want to bang this broad. But
Right. What's her stage name?
Kitty.
Did you fart again?
No, I'm on the side of the road.
I see. Who's honking at you? Sounds like a diesel horn.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. Find out what her real name is.
What if she doesn't tell me that?
Well, if she won't tell you her real name, then she's not interested.
All right.
All right, so all you can do is this. Okay, here's the two pieces of advice. All right, this is what I want to say.
There you go.
You ask the stripper what her real name is. They all have a real name.
Huh.
If they volunteer their real name, they like you. Number one. Number two, if you ask them, what time do you get off work, and they go, I can leave whenever, then you're in. Strippers make their own hours.
Wow.
As far as I know. And if they tell you they can leave anytime they want, that's in. Because you look at it this way. Forget about stripper if it's any girl.
Right.
You're trying to get a piece of information out of her, like, you know, where do you go to school or where do you live? They're always like, I live in the greater Los Angeles area.
Yeah.
And then you go like, well, what time do you get off? Well, oh, it varies. Late tonight. You hear any of that? Forget it.
Yeah.
Because they can walk out right now.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's
Ask the stripper what time she gets off work. If she says late, you're screwed. If she says whenever, you're in. We'll be back. Hey, everybody.
Oh, my God.
Loveline. I'm all talked out. Drew and I do a lot of talking during the break. And
we really have to have the Loveline, the break CD or show or something.
yeah,
Really, come on.
you'll learn just how passionate a man Dr. Drew
That's
really
right.
is. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. We'll hop back to the phones.
Yeah, okay, Aldo.
Aldo Celli. And Anderson is going to put together my drops soon. Yes.
Are they
Mhm.
together now? No.
Not quite ready. Yeah, you want to try trial run, even sort of half-cocked?
If you guys feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Okay.
first is we have a caller who wants to suggest another drop that we must have, apparently.
All right.
All right.
All right. Now, again, if you just tuned in the show, I'm trying to figure out a way to economize my time, do less work around here. I end up repeating myself constantly anyway, so why not actually do it on tape? Pete,
Yeah.
you're 26?
Yep.
All right. And I have this theory that I formed a few nights ago that I could probably get through an entire show with good times. What are you going to do? He's a big boy. That's why I get the big bucks, and that's why you get the big bucks. I think I can do an entire show with just those 5 phrases. But Pete, you say there's one missing?
I think there's a big one that you're missing there, Adam, and that's perfectly normal, perfectly healthy.
That and how dare you?
Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy, and how dare you? Yes, I don't say perfectly normal, perfectly healthy anymore.
Not lately,
Yeah, I don't know if Anderson's up for that. But I appreciate it, Pete. And I think we should try to do, if you get too many bullets in your clip, then it doesn't become a hunt anymore.
Yeah,
The sport will
right.
be taken out of it.
Right.
So
we need economy. Right. The idea here is economy.
All right, Anderson, do your best. Let's try it. I'm going to start off with Anthony, and then you take over. Anthony, you're 22. Welcome to Loveline.
I've been trying to get a hold of you guys forever.
All right.
Good times.
It's nice to finally be able to talk to you guys, Dr. Drew, Adam.
Anthony, what's up?
Well, I'm 22 years old, and I still wet the bed.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, in spite of that, he's still wet in the bed.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, I know, but he's still wet in the bed. All right.
What are you going to do?
There we go. Thank you. Answer, you got to get this timing better. It's not going to work if you don't get the timing right.
I'm Anderson.
What did I say?
Anthony.
I did. All right, Anthony, how long have you been having this problem for? How old were you when it started?
As far as I could tell, since I was still in diapers.
What have you tried to undo this, to make it better?
I tried a nasal spray.
The DDAVP?
I am not sure what it was.
Arginine vasopressin, yeah?
What
happened with that?
When I was like 14.
What happened with that?
It worked for about 2 weeks, and then it didn't help anymore.
All right.
What are you going to do?
I've also went to a hypnotherapist.
No, yeah.
And again, it worked for 2 weeks, and that was it.
He's a big boy.
Well, how about the Carolla method? And Adam, I'm going to bring you back to, Yeah.
Good times.
No, I know. I just want to bring you back to describe the method that works so nicely for you.
I don't even know what to call.
I'm going to tell you. Just describe.
Unacceptable.
Describe how it was.
Unacceptable.
Don't mean to interrupt, but just for a few moments, give him enlighten him with the Carolla egg timer method of waking up after a few hours and peeing.
This is an outrage.
I know. Well, don't worry. The next 3 calls, I won't bother you.
All right. I'm sorry, Anthony. What was your problem? You wet the bed.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I know. You got the hypnotherapy and all the nasal sprays and all the pills and the nonsense. They got these electric sheets that shock your balls and stuff. Ridiculous. Here's what you need to do. You urinate at a certain time every night. I mean, you go to bed at a certain time, right?
Yeah.
What is your schedule? What time do you go to bed?
Usually about 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
2 in the morning?
Yeah.
How many hours do you sleep at night?
Usually until about 6 or 7.
4 hours of sleep at night?
I usually can't go to sleep until I go through my day of, what I did and what's going on in my life.
Well, you're a little bit tortured, but anyway, you go to bed at 2 a.m. And what time do you normally wet the bed? Do you have any idea?
No, I don't.
Okay. Here's the simple math. If you get up and evacuate your bladder before you have to urinate, probably 2 hours into your sleep, you'll not wet your bed. There'll be nothing in the tank. You need to get one of those timers, those kitchen timers, not the wind-up kind, but the kind that take the little AAA battery. Okay?
All right.
Or is it AA? Whatever it is, they're digital, and you can just press it. Click, click, 2 hours, and you hit start. And that thing will go off in 2 hours, or it'll go off in 1 hour and 45 minutes, or it'll go off in whenever you time it. Start with 2 hours. When that thing goes off, you get up, you walk to the bathroom, you urinate in the sink, that's important, and then back to sleep. Now, if you wet the bed and have the alarm go off after you wet, the next night set it for 1 hour and 45 and keep going back until you actually get to the day before.
How many hours do you lie there before you actually fall asleep?
About 2 hours.
All right, so you need to get up before you go to sleep, too. Like every 2 hours, you need to get up.
I used to wet the bed. Everyone makes a big deal out of this. I used to wet the bed. I never wet it at my grandfather's house because I would go to bed at 9 o'clock. He would watch The Tonight Show, and then he'd come wake me up at 12:30, 1 o'clock when he was going to bed, and I'd pee in a bucket.
It's interesting. It's how we train dogs. It's how we do it. It's how we.
Well, do the math. You're sleeping for 6, 7, 8 hours. You're taking a leak in the middle of the night. If you woke up, walked to the bathroom, and took a leak, you'd go back to bed. You wouldn't wet yourself, would you? I mean, people seem to think, well, it's a psychological condition. It's a whatever condition. It's a rebellious penis syndrome or something. Ridiculous. Get up. Set that timer.
Right.
Ridiculous. Thank you. We're going to be back. We're going to take another stab at this virtual host, and we'll do that after this. Hey, everybody. Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew.
I realized, Adam, I don't even notice when you fart anymore.
I did let one go, did you?
Just a big one, and I thought to myself, is that just what happened? Oh, well. What are you going to do?
Well, if you stop reacting to it, it's true. After about 250,000, I'll probably stop laughing. But that's the most I can promise.
No, it's not that you stop laughing. It's that you don't realize it's happening. When you realize it happens, you start laughing again.
Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. David Allen Greer coming in here tomorrow night. Apparently, his new show with Bonnie Hunt is a real good show.
He always has good shows.
Yeah, but I mean this.
Here's my apology to you. Go to hell!
Apparently, this new show is a good show. I've not seen it yet. I've just heard good things about it. He's not the star of it, but he has a good role in it. It's a successful show, so
good times.
Maybe he's found a home. All right, Anderson, you want to see if we can get this Cyber Adam going? This might be tough. It's an anal sex call.
Yeah, next call after this.
Next call?
Yeah.
Well, what is the next call going to be? Because
this one.
I like to relax here. Kelly?
Oh, no. I was going to...
Oh, wait a minute.
You're going to do this one, then this one.
Yeah, but I want to do this one first.
For Cyber.
Okay. Cyber DJ.
You want to eat some pie. All right.
Kelly?
Yeah.
You're 19?
Sure am.
What's up, Kelly?
Well, the first thing I want to say to Adam, if you're still there, I think the Crank Yager is the best show in the world.
Good times.
Yeah, even though that's recorded, but that's cool. Dr. Drew,
yeah,
you're awesome.
Thanks, Kelly. What's
I
up?
have a question for you. 19, I'm totally straight. I love women, everything, but not all the time, but most of the time, when I'm at work and stuff, I work at a restaurant and I have a day job too. But whenever I just see a guy or whatever, I'm just curious of what he looks like. I'm just curious, but
that's why you make the big bucks.
Yeah.
What do you mean you're curious? What does that mean?
Well, not curious. It's just I'm wondering, what he looks like. It's more of like a jealousy thing.
What are you gonna do?
You're wondering what he has and you don't have?
Yeah.
Do you want to have a relationship or sex or contact or anything?
No.
You just want to what? See him naked? What is it you want to see?
Well, it's not that I want to see. I'm not sure if I'm not gonna say curious. If I know I'm not gay, but I wonder if I am in a way.
Big whoop.
Is there anything that has happened to you that might make you sort of confused about your sexual orientation? Were you sexually?
Not that I know of.
He's a big boy.
Were you sexually? I know he is, but was he sexually abused or anything growing up?
No. I know my brother was, but when we were younger, but I don't recall any.
What are you gonna do?
And who did it? Well, we're gonna find out. Who did it to your brother?
Our babysitter.
So, did you see something maybe go down, so to speak?
I didn't see it, but that's what he said happened to him, and
that's why I make the big bucks.
That's why I believe that he's all messed up. My brother's into drugs and he lives in the street, and
oh boy.
Yeah, my brother is in a bad situation.
That's awful. Is there any chance something like that happened to you?
It's possible, but I doubt it.
Where were your parents?
My dad used to work nights. They're divorced.
Oh boy.
Shocking.
Yeah, it is. Well, look, you are clear you like girls. You've got this sort of funny impulse that you're curious about. Maybe something that will just pass, and maybe it's something burgeoning in you. I can't, hard to predict. It sounds like you're just sort of curious and have some
good times.
He's confusion about your sexual identity, but we'll
what
see.
are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Time will tell on this one.
All right.
Okay, you can come back now, Adam.
It's
No, I mean now.
It's a work in progress, But I think we have to be pretty enthusiastic and pretty positive about some of the early results, some of the early calls. Sounds great, sure. Yeah, I think we could work this out.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a couple more drops that I need to add on. You understand why I hate our callers? Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, right. It's probably like 3 we could add, but I hate doctors. Drew, Anderson would just sort of take over at that point. I'd become like Max Headroom. Jackie?
Yeah?
You're 23?
Yes.
I miss that Max Headroom show, Drew. We got to get that back on the air.
You had a show?
Yeah. You know what I'm going to pitch to David Allen Greer? Black's Headroom. That's, well, I don't, you can do the math. Remind me to pitch that to Dag when he comes in. Black cyber guy talking about smoking blunts and drinking 40 ounces and getting rims on his car. Jackie?
Hey, Adam.
Hey, you're 23.
Yes, I am.
This is real Adam, not cyber DJ Adam.
Well, I know. I recognize your voice.
Okay, so what's up?
Well, I wanted to ask a very, important question because this is, it's been driving me crazy, and I've been hearing a lot of, answers, and I want to know the truth. I'm a freak in bed, and...
Hey, will we turn your radio down, freak?
I have it down.
The TV down, then.
That's my phone. It's weird. I have a weird phone that double lines with somebody else's line.
Let's listen for a second.
Okay.
Oh, wait, listen.
I know, it's like a...
Hang on.
It tells you the news.
So you get a radio station over your phone?
Yeah, it's a weird $10 phone.
Yeah.
It's got to be against the law what we're doing, but it's all right.
Well, let me just hand out this little tidbit of advice to all the folks who call this show, and even the ones that don't call this show. Please invest in a halfway decent goddamn phone for your sake. You get these $10 phones that you get when you buy something from the Avon counter, and then you use them for 14 years, and every goddamn time you have a conversation, somebody complains about it, and you engage them in this conversation. Why don't you break down and get a decent phone?
Hey, I got other stuff to, waste my money on.
You really more important than dropping $20 on a decent phone?
And really, $20, you get a decent phone.
Yeah.
I know.
All right, so what's the deal? What's the question?
I love when me and my boyfriend are having sex to go both ways, anal and through vaginal entrance.
Not in that order, though, right?
Both at the same, not at the same time, one in one hole and then take it out and then insert it in the other hole.
Hold on. I got to get a clean sheet of paper for this. You're saying you put the penis...
in my anal.
In the anal, yes, and then it comes out and goes in the other hole.
Exactly.
I see. And what I'm asking is do you do it in that order? You go anal to vaginal.
And sometimes vaginal to anal.
Wow.
In the same session?
Yeah.
Right, because it's not a good idea to go anal to vaginal. Is it, Drew?
No, I would just use your imagination. You're bringing a lot of stuff with you, unless you stop and rinse off. Right?
Yeah.
Does he stop and rinse off?
We usually just have, a towel near us, and we just wipe, and then he goes in.
But how about wearing a condom when he's doing the anus?
No, we don't use condoms.
Changing condoms.
I mean, he's been my boyfriend for 5 years.
I understand.
Right.
I'm just trying to think of it. I understand. I'm just trying to think of an easy way of shedding those bacteria that you've now.
And by the way, the jizz rag that also doubles as a bar rag over at your condo that he uses to give his dork a quick swipe with before it goes into the thing is probably causing more trouble than if he just left it alone.
Okay.
He's wiping him. He wipes himself off with a towel and then goes in.
No, it's just we have a damp towel, just in case there's anything on it.
I see. But why not just go vaginal to anal, like my folks?
I mean, we do it both, depending on how we start off. That's how it, happens.
Right. You're saying
there was no answer.
Right. So you're saying... All right, so let me get this... Reenactment.
Okay, so why don't you just go vaginal to anal?
Well, no, it depends which one we start off with. We go with the other.
Sometimes
sometimes we start with the vaginal and then we go to the anal. But if we start with the anal, we can't go back to anal. You can't double back to anal. As much as you'd like to get back to anal, there's no going back to anal. So anal's like high school. Once you graduate, that's it. You can't go back.
Not unless you do vaginal first.
Not unless you go vaginal first. Okay. And that's a new semester. Jackie?
Yeah.
I'm suggesting that...
Are there any, consequences of doing that?
Yes, you drag a bunch of bacteria into your vagina and cause infection.
Okay, how about in your anal? I heard that you could, ruin your rectum.
In your anal?
Yeah.
I never heard ruin your rectum.
I'm telling you, that's why I'm calling you guys, because you guys are the experts.
We're giving you the answers.
Exactly. And I've heard that
you worried
mess up your rectum.
With anal sex?
Exactly.
Yeah, you can. You can.
But there's no pain involved.
For me, it doesn't give me... some people wonder how I do it, but I do it. It doesn't hurt at all, I guess, because it's the right size for me.
All greats have a gift. I mean, you've been touched by God, you know? You shouldn't take credit for it.
So, and how about in your vaginal area? I mean, how bad of an infection can I get, or...
Well, it's possible you wouldn't get any, but usually you'll get at least something limited to the vagina that can be uncomfortable, and the risk is that it can get up further into your genital tract and cause pelvic inflammatory disease. So the risk for very serious infection is really there.
Jackie, do us a favor and just go vaginal to anal.
Okay.
Think VA, not AV.
Or wear a condom when he's doing the anal and just take it off, or you shed it or put a new one on or something.
Oh, just leave it in there. He's
going to
get
it in one place.
Well, when he pulls out, he can just leave it in there like he's pulling a gun out of a holster, you know?
I want to tell you guys that I've loved you guys since you guys were on MTV Loveline.
Thanks, baby.
I've heard you guys since that long.
Thanks, Sweetie Pea.
And I just had to come to the experts for some question that none of my friends could have answered.
We appreciate it.
So thanks so much.
All right.
Where do you live, Jackie?
I live in New York, in Manhattan.
In Manhattan?
Yeah, in Manhattan.
Whereabouts?
We're about uptown.
Uptown.
All right.
100
And remember, VA.
Not AV.
That's right. I should do
PSA
tutorial films for
VA, not AV. Thumbs up.
Hi, I'm Adam Carolla. You know, I kid a lot on the radio and on television, but cornholing's no laughing matter.
Well, I didn't know.
You didn't know I cut a PSA?
You already
cut
one. I'm just... Oh, my God.
Sure.
Oh, my God, what does my life come to?
I could do that.
Oh, my God.
Matt? Oh, Jesus, is Matt sleeping? We've not had a sleeping caller in quite some time.
Yeah, I wonder what that means. Can't be that we're interested.
No. Matt?
Oh, I hear him.
Do you hear him snoring?
Yeah.
You always think you hear snoring, Drew, but you don't.
Listen.
You know, you hear Anderson potting it up and down.
Maybe. That could be.
See, that's what you hear. Anderson is happy fingers over there.
Matt? I forget.
All right. Well, we'll leave him there anyway. Let's talk to Cody, who's 21. Cody?
Yes. My question for y'all, and by the way, so you and Dr. Drew are the greatest.
Yes.
Right on.
Thank you. We're great. Yes.
My question to y'all is the girl that I'm talking to, she is turning 19, and I'm 21. The girls, I've known in the past, I've had a relationship with.
Hold on. This line's a mess, isn't it?
Well, poor guy's been waiting 82 minutes.
82 minutes?
82 minutes.
Actually, 83. All right. So let's be real fast about it then, because your line sucks.
I'll get straight to the point real quick. The thing is I want to have special contact with her.
Special contact?
Well, yeah, I got straight to the point. I want to be, intimate with her.
And you dating her?
Right now it's just relationship-wise, but we're not dating.
All right, we'll get to that phase first, all right?
You want to have sex with her?
Right.
And she's just friends?
Right.
And you've known her for how long?
A month, 2 months.
A month.
Go ahead and ask her out straight face-to-face for, even just for coffee or some sort of time spent just paying attention or listening to her. Women put a lot of importance in that time spent dialoguing.
Yeah.
A lot of importance. And if you want to move things along, if she's willing to move things along, she'll let you do that with her.
And inevitably, when things do move along, remember VA,
not AV.
Yeah, and
no
then
laughing matter.
I could see his high five on that.
Yeah. What would the?
We'll work it out.
Would we be back to back with our arms crossed?
Yeah.
Talking into the camera.
Yeah.
And you'd say VA, I'd say not AV.
Yeah. And Matt, I wonder if this chick's not Matt, but Cody. I wonder if this chick's interested in him.
Don't even go there. If you're worried about that line, that connection.
Okay, but listen, guys. Ask women out that you're interested in. If they don't want to go out with you, move on.
Accept that. Do not obsess.
And please understand that they're never going to say, I don't want to go out with you. They're going to say things like, that sounds good, but this week's not good. And they're going to be ambiguous, and they're going to leave it floating out there. That is as good as no. It's like a job. You know, if you go in and fill out an application, you do an interview, and the guy says, well, we're not hiring right now, but we'll keep you in mind because you never know when something... No, that's it. What do you think? You know what you got to do? What do you got to do, Drew, if someone says that to you?
You have dignity, turn around and leave.
And do what?
Try another job.
That's right.
Find a job.
Don't go home and sit by the phone. I mean, I really wonder what percentage of time... I screwed that all up. What percentage of times, Drew, when a guy says hey, you seem qualified, we like you, we're not hiring right now, but you never know, people drop all the time. We'll give you a call when something opens up. What percentage do you think they call?
2%.
Yeah, maybe less.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
I was being generous. I was thinking 1.
All right, and what percentage of the time do women, when you ask them out, who don't go with you when you ask them out, go the second time? Without a very detailed explanation as to why they can't go out this time.
If you exclude those who would ultimately go out with you, you wish they hadn't because it's so awful dragging them through it.
Right.
It would be 0.
Right. There you go.
And I think you ought to go over the hand drag again because that's sort of a symbolic model for all male-female interaction.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. It's time for me to tell you, Jackoffs, how you know it when a chick likes you.
Or not even likes you, just willing to kind of keep going down the path with you. You know what I mean?
Has some interest in you.
Willing, yeah.
Has some interest in you. A woman will make excuses to touch you. And I don't mean a hand job, although that's not out of the question. I'm talking to you, Drew. I want a hand job while I'm giving the explanation. A woman will make excuses.
You said it wasn't a hand
She
job.
will make excuses to touch you, and I'm going to have to use you as a model here, Drew.
No. What are you talking about?
People know what I'm talking about. But like, you tell a joke, and you say something mildly amusing, and they put their hand on your shoulder. They go, "You're so funny."
Yeah.
And then after they touch you, they drag just a little bit. They'll give you a hug, and as the hand comes back around, it drags. If the chick's not interested in you and she has to hug you, it's like hugging an ironing board that tipped over on you, or a robot. It's just like boom, boom. It's like when I hug my stepdad once a year. It's like clunk. I feel the palm of his hand smack me in the spine 3 times real hard. It's like, how you doing, John? Hey, good. Okay, thanks. I brought up some gristle from some brisket I ate 4 months ago. Fantastic. But when you get that when you do that hug and you feel that little hand drag, or when you do the handshake, they'll give you the hand drag a little too. Give you the handshake, and then as you're pulling the hand away, instead of the clean breaking out, you'll get the little drag. And all you got to know is, when's the last time you shook a guy's hand and he gave you a little drag?
Never.
A straight guy. Never. He's got no physical interest in you whatsoever. A woman gives you just an ounce of drag or makes any excuse whatsoever to touch you.
To linger.
To linger.
Linger in any way, even if it's just to hang around you or to have the hand linger a little longer. Lingering. It's lingering.
Right.
And you agree with this? Where's Ann?
And if you're...
She's at home.
She's lingering over there by the microphone.
Right? Lingering, isn't that what women do?
Yes. The second there will be times when you
have no idea what we're talking about.
I know.
No idea. It's actually funny. Say, huh? Yeah. I don't know.
Linger. Uh-huh. Cunnilingus? Cunnilinger? What are they talking about?
No, she's malinger. No,
we're
maybe don't malinger.
We're talking about when a woman is interested in the signs that our thick-headed listeners don't pick up on. The other time, here's how you know a woman's interested as well. If she hangs around past a certain break, like if you're going to a party and you talk to a woman and how you doing? Good, nice. Well, who do you know? You always get in that conversation. I don't know why it's so important for everyone to figure out why everyone's at the party. Like you got to check ID. Who's here? You know Kurt? No, I'm not Kurt's friend. I'm friends with Kurt's roommate, Steve. Oh, you know Steve? I don't know Steve. I know Kurt. Everyone's got to check everyone's credentials.
Yeah.
No one's ever interested in why you're there. But then you get that initial thing over, they'll walk away.
Mm.
But if they hang and there's a couple beats of silence and then you pick up the conversation again, they're interested. If they stand there for a while.
They linger.
Lingering. And you say, and you're certainly, and if you say something like, if they say something like, I'm going to get a beer. You want to, if they come with you, they drag on you, they linger, they make plans, it's all good. And if you say to them, hey, I want to see this movie, and they go, I want to see it too, if they agree with you, they're in.
You're in, yeah.
Yeah, you're in. All right.
Break time.
Break time.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? We'll be back. Hey. Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Dag. David Allen Greer in here tomorrow night. He's my main man.
Wow!
Subtle.
Yeah. Let's get a Quaalude in him tomorrow night, mellow him out. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Can you get a Quaalude? What can you get, Drew? Can you get something? How about Valium? Crush that up, put it in his Diet Coke.
Anything you can cause addiction, Adam. Did you know
I
that?
think he would be worse on sedating medicine.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
There's going to be...
treat him like a kid who has ADD and we'll give him some speed?
No, we'd have to put him, get a ventilator and put him on a coma.
We'd have to dart him?
Yeah.
Him a general?
Yeah, because he'd be de-repressed. He'll be,
he'd start talking. He'd start telling us he was gay and stuff. All right.
I like a girl with a big butt, but fruit in the middle. It's juicy, it's sweet, 'cause it's fruit, and in the middle. Shaka-daka.
I'd like to hear his cheer. That's
See my finger, see my thumb. We got the ball, you better run. S-O-C-K-I-T, sock it to me. Baby, my head is aching, my hips are tight, and hips are shaking from left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cash, check, don't take no job. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come on, baby, we gonna win. Oh! That's a cheer, baby. That's a cheer.
Here we come a-trucking in. Bet you wonder where we been. We're a team that can't be beat, 'cause we're funky on our feet.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Maybe I will make my phone call.
Yeah.
All right, Olivia.
That was called Here We Come A-Trucking In.
No.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Olivia, what's going on?
That thing must have been, someone must have penned that one in, 1977, right?
Right.
Maybe 74.
Right.
Olivia?
Yes.
You're 24, yeah.
Okay, so this question is probably mostly for Dr. Drew. I did a drug with some friends, and I don't know what it is, and I'm wondering if I describe it to you, if you can tell me what you think maybe it was.
Good times.
Yeah, it was like a liquid. You took like a spoonful of it, and it was like salty, kind of thick.
Clear liquid.
Yeah, clear liquid.
Yeah.
And
no smell.
No smell.
Semen.
And it made me feel really, really sick. Everybody else I was with seemed to have a good time. But
what are you going to do?
You got nauseated?
Yeah, very nauseous and really dizzy.
Dizzy,
and
yeah, that's the dizzy.
Lay down on the ground and didn't want to move. Couldn't
That's why you make the big bucks.
Yeah. It's GHB.
What's that?
Gamma hydroxybutyrate. It's an intoxicant like alcohol in terms of the kind of intoxication you get. Mm-hmm. It activates the GABA system in the brain, which is the down-regulating, the sedating receptors in the brain.
Good times.
And through mechanisms that are not well understood yet, it causes a certain amount of euphoria and sort of a giddiness and sometimes hypersexual feelings. But it's a kind of dangerous drug. Like you find out, there are lots of side effects. It could easily go from intoxication to coma and death.
What are you going to do?
That's right. What are you going to do? And it's addictive.
So
He's a
not
big
good
boy.
idea.
Not a good idea. No.
Okay. Any like long-term side effects from you?
Not that we. No.
She should have her hands cut off.
No, cannot have. No, it's we cannot have. We got to have in our drops, right?
Yeah, but I think that might be confusing.
Yeah, right. All right. No, we don't know. It's not like ecstasy, MDMA, in that there's clear evidence of profound neurotoxic influences under relatively little exposure. Does not seem to be that with GHB, though if somebody uses it regularly for a long time, there is some suggestion that there may be some serious brain issues.
Ashley?
Yeah.
You're 17?
Yep.
Your pregnant boyfriend lives... Wait a minute. You're pregnant.
Yeah.
Your boyfriend lives with your family and you.
Well, he was. And then, I've known my boyfriend for maybe 10, 11 months, and I've been pregnant for 9 months because I'm due tomorrow pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And, he said before maybe I was like 6, 7 months along, and he said that, once the baby's here, he's gone because he doesn't believe that it's his kid.
Mm-hmm.
And
so, meaning what? He's going to find out it's someone else's when the child comes?
That's what he thinks.
So and if he finds out it's someone else's, then he's leaving.
No, either or. If it's his, he'll leave and pay child support, or if it's not his, he'll still leave.
Why does he just leave now?
That's what I'm wondering.
What is it magical about the delivery date that he's waiting for?
That's what I'm confused about because.
And why is he going to leave if it is his child? It doesn't make sense.
That's what I don't understand. I'm just confused, and I don't know, because, I've talked to my mom about it, and she said the same thing. Well, why doesn't he just leave now? But
where's he living now?
Where is he living now?
Yeah.
He's pretty much living here with me and my mom because all of his stuff is here, but...
Is he there right now?
No, he's not here right now. Lately, like the last 5 nights, he's been at his parents' house.
Okay, why don't you just throw his junk out?
Yeah.
And what's up with your mom?
Allowing this jackass to stay with you and take advantage of things.
What's up?
Well, I don't know. I love him a lot, and because he's the one that said, I love you first. He told me he loved me first. I didn't say it, and he did.
Well, how many seconds after he said it did you say it?
And so what?
I didn't say it for a month afterwards.
All right,
it was a month.
And then...
Doesn't make him one molecule less of an idiot.
Yeah.
But he did say he loved you first.
Yeah.
Oh, then that's different. It's entirely different.
I'm unclear about something. Did he say, I love you, or did he physically say, I love you first?
No, he said, I love you.
Not first?
No.
Well, he said, I love you first.
Well, he didn't say first. He said...
Well, that's what you said.
I said it.
I heard you say, he said I said it before I said it?
He said I love you to me before I said it to him.
He said, I love you to me?
That's what he said. Not I love you first.
So he wasn't talking about you.
Yes.
It's like happy birthday to me. Okay. I love you to me.
I love you's on first, who's on second, and who cares who's on third, because this jackass is out of there. And he does have to pay child support. And Ashley, you need to get over this guy. He's an idiot. He'll not be the first one in your life.
Well, I know. I just don't understand. Well, if he was going to leave, then why does he call me from his parents' house every day? And
he's an idiot. Well, that's part of being a jack-off, is jacking people around.
Yeah.
Being cruel to them, keeping them sort of under your spell, not being a man. He's not a man.
Yeah.
You know? How old is he?
He's 19.
We never talk about that. That's an interesting point.
Being a man?
Yeah. I mean, there's something to that. Not in a cliche way, but in sort of not being childish in your relationships and your expectations of yourself.
And also, we don't have
a lot of good role models for what it is to be a man in this society. I mean, yourself, notwithstanding the contrary.
Wait a minute. Me, there's Clinton. Many great role models out
Let
in
me
society.
say to the people of America and the nations of the world that I hate your ass. I swear to God I do.
Look, let's try to define being a man. See, for me, it's about being unselfish. And you look at it this way. What does a kid do? What does a kid want to do? A kid does what he or she wants to do. And in this case, let's just focus on the males. He wants to do what he wants to do when he wants to do it all the time, right? I mean, what is the definition of becoming a man? It's saying, I want to do this, but I'm not. I'm going to stay here and do what's right. I would like to spend all of my money on baseball, playing cards, and chewing tobacco, but I have a child, and I must give some money toward the diapers and the bib overalls, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you're 19 and you don't care about your kid and you're moving in and out and you're jerking someone around, you're not a man. You're a boy. And by definition, meaning you only care about yourself. Drew, don't stare at that pager while I'm talking to you. It drives me nuts. I can't know.
I'm listening to you.
That drives me nuts.
All right, I won't.
You're playing a video game on your pager while I'm trying to give you my definition of what
No, I
a
was
man
actually
is.
doing repetitive nothing over and over, just listening. You know, it's like this. It's the same stuff drives you nuts with this. The same thing.
Okay.
That's a different brain function.
Just apologize.
I'm sorry.
Okay, let's move on.
Right.
Okay, this is not a man. She needs to leave this so-called man and move on with her life. And I'd like her to give this kid up for adoption.
By the way.
Ashley.
Yeah.
How about giving the kid up for adoption?
Well, I've thought about that, but then, I don't know, my family is the type of family that doesn't really believe in that because, well, like if I go out and get pregnant again, then I end up keeping my second child, and then I go and bring my child over to visit somebody, and then they'll be like, well, this is your second child. You kept your second child. How come you couldn't keep your first? And so...
Because your second child you're going to have when you're 30 and stable and ready to have kids.
Yeah, probably.
Your first, you best, or else...
And by the way, just that little piece of retarded logic is
you gave
enough
up the child. That's
to know
it, yeah.
that you need to give up this child.
That's right there.
Well, I got pregnant when I was on birth control.
What were you taking?
I was on the Depo-Provera birth control shot.
And you weren't late on the follow-up or anything?
What?
You'd been 3 months. It was during the 3-month window?
Well, okay, yeah.
Well, listen, look, who cares why you're pregnant? I understand it's not your fault, but it's still the fact remains you got this kid and you're in no condition to raise it, so give it up for adoption.
Yeah.
Just do it. Give it up for adoption.
It's a great, courageous thing to do to make a decision like that on behalf of the child.
Is your kid really your kid until you've sort of made it your kid?
Until you're not a kid yourself?
Well, I just mean this thing of taking this 8 pounds of mass and cells and dropping it off somewhere. Do you have to go searching for them 30 years from now? I think the feeling is that you're going to be haunted your whole life. Are you?
No.
Do you have to be?
No.
I mean, does it matter whose penis goes in you? You're still going to have a kid, right? Is this kid so special? I understand you've been carrying this child, but I think the assumption is with women especially is that they're going to give this kid away and they're going to long for this child for the rest of their life. They're going to regret it. They're going to search for it. They're going to have this. They're going to feel like a piece of them is missing their entire life. And to me, I mean, keep in mind, I'm an atheist who was raised by raccoons who smoked pot.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not your kid yet if you never raise it.
Yes, you haven't had a relationship with it. It's not a real person yet. But
No,
it's also...
I mean, what is if you got a puppy the first day you got it and gave it away, do you pine for that puppy? I know a kid's not a puppy, but you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's clearly there's some other biology going here. I was thinking about this today when I interviewed yet another woman who talked about all the abortions that she had. And this woman was, in her 40s, 50 years old. And you ask women, and, the society would have us believe that women just toss off abortion like they would taking the Depo-Provera shot. But every day I go through this where a woman says, so how many times I've been pregnant? 3 times. How many deliveries? None.
Well, but she has no children.
Yeah, but are one? Well, what happened to the other 2? Abortions. Like devastation. Like, oh my God, I've never gotten over it. Really? It's that powerful, this biology, yet no one addresses it.
All right. Well, it is a powerful biology, but for a 17-year-old girl to part with her child, she can rest assured that she did the right thing and move on with her life, and it's a more courageous thing to do than to sit around and screw the kid up with your screwed up mom in Minnesota. Lucy?
Yes?
We got to take a break, but you have Crohn's disease?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
That's a problem with the bowel system there, Drew?
Big time.
and you want to know if it's safe to have anal sex?
Well, yeah, I just kind of discovered it and enjoy it very much, but I don't know if it's very safe for me or what I should do.
You enjoy the Crohn's or the anal? The anal. And remember,
the anal.
Oh, okay. Remember VA.
Wow.
Not AV. Not AV.
Right.
Well, with Crohn's, they get lots of fistulas, so VA and AV can be one.
It could be
in both at the same time.
The fistulas are the holes.
Connections between the bowel and other parts of the body, like the skin, the surface of the skin, or the vagina.
I got this chick in the fistula once. I was like, wow, you're small. And then it was like, oh no. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying.
All right, let's take a little break, because Crohn's disease and anal sex
does not seem like a good combo.
No, not at all.
No.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's worse than flan and Gatorade.
No, that's much worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. We'll be back. Hey, buddy, Loveline. I'm Adam. It's Dr. Drew. Phone number. Oh, forget about that phone number. David Allen Greer in the studio tomorrow night. Dr. Drew has called the hospital.
Chill pill.
He's been put on hold, evidently. Yeah. Oh, now he's having a conversation with the person. Probably talking about a nurse. He got Paige. One of his patients is in trouble. Evidently, there's some screw up on the payment schedule. This is what you call, it's DEFCON 5 is what it's level emergency. He's not getting paid. He's now making arrangements to go to the person's home and actually extract gold from their teeth in order to make the payment plan. So I'm going to hop on the phones. Drew's going to get off the phone, and we're going to get this show back on the road. Lucy?
Yeah?
25?
Yes?
Crohn's disease?
Yes.
And this Crohn's disease is a real mess, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Bloody stool?
Well, no. I don't, I guess, have it as bad as some people can. I don't have any of that.
What's the difference between Crohn's and irritable bowel?
Oh, irritable bowel just means you have a pain in your stomach that doesn't have any cause, like it's having a headache.
It's just nutty people have irritable bowel. Right?
It can be there can be actual muscular spasm, but it can be genuinely uncomfortable. But no, it's no medical process. With Crohn's, it's profoundly inflammatory, so much that the colon becomes sticky. You know, like if you had a wound that we scraped your arm and things stuck to it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what happens with this. It gets sticky, and the bowel sticks to each other, and it starts sticking to the skin and opening up to the surface. It's just horrible. Yeah. From the colon to the vagina.
No.
Nice. Huh?
All right. So now on top of this, you'd like to tempt anal sex?
Well, I already have. I attempted it, and I had. This is just the first time recently that I had done it ever, and I rather enjoyed it. So, but before I went very much further, I thought maybe I should ask and see if this is something I should even be doing.
Well, if it's not flaring up, does it make a difference?
But the question is, can it flare up from stimulating it like that? And I'd be worried about it.
Yeah.
I really would.
Well, who do you have? Do you have a gastrointestinal
gastroenterologist?
Enterologist. What is it?
You could ask him or her. I mean, you really should.
Okay.
It's what they're there for, to answer questions like that.
Not for that.
Yeah.
Do it over the phone, though.
That's what I was, and that's why I was wanting to call you guys, because I don't really want to divulge all this information to a man that I see on a regular basis.
You know, though, it's important that you've got on a personal level.
On a professional level.
Professionally. But he is there to answer these questions, to sort of, whatever your lifestyle choices are, how this medical syndrome fits with that.
Okay.
All right? Are you on a medication for the Crohn's?
Well, he's looking into getting me on something, because sulfa drugs make me really sick, and right now that's all he has to give me, so he says they're trying to figure out something to give me.
All right. Hey, and the guy who's behind you, he should get a medal.
This is it's not all
combat pay.
I give him the Brown Heart.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that is hazardous duty pay. Now, what's his doctor called? It's a gastro what?
Enterologist.
Enterologist?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Enterologist.
Gastroenterologist.
Are there any other enterologists? I don't hear that enterologist that much.
No.
Steve?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. You're 30?
Yes, sir.
You were molested by your alcoholic grandfather?
Unfortunately, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so was my mother, who basically did nothing about it. Received counseling, did, I'd say relatively well with the counseling. The only thing I didn't, when I started the counseling, put me on some medication,
Steve, what's the question? What's the question?
Well, wait a second. What did your grandfather do with you? Did he have sex with you?
It's really hard to say. I mean, I went to the counselor, and, I know what happened to my mom. It was a lot to get out of her. Try to make it quick. I don't know if it was subconscious that remembered. She finally admitted to me, that it happened, that he did it to other kids. He was arrested.
Okay.
They bailed him out of jail. It basically put a big chip on my shoulder that I basically cut off all ties with my parents.
Fine.
Okay. I have kids of my own, and it's
good. All right, this is Steve. How long did he do this to you, your grandfather?
I'm guessing from probably the age of 2 to 4.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, so it's bad times, but
yeah, and I really didn't remember.
What are you gonna do? Right, what are you gonna do? Is the guy dead?
He is now.
That's good.
Thank God. I probably didn't handle it the right way once I found out.
Hold on a second. By the way, everybody, the answer to is the guy dead does not. We don't need the now.
He is or isn't.
He is now. So I get that a lot. Is he dead? He is now. So you're saying at one time he was alive, like in the 1800s, or
makes it sound like they killed him.
It always does. It seems like you had. Did you kill him, Steve?
I came close.
Good. That's too bad you didn't finish him off, but I'm glad you didn't. You're out. You're not in the pokey. Anyway, look. Here's the deal. You want what's best for your kids.
Definitely.
Your parents. Your mom was a victim as well. She was raised by this jackass. She was a victim. Now, your question is what?
Basically how I cut off all ties. I have kids of my own. I know a lot of people use cop-outs that, well, it happened to me. That would be the last thing that I would ever do.
How do you cut off all ties? Is that your question?
No, I already have.
All right, what is your question?
What's the question, Steve?
Is that basically a healthy thing to do?
As we
or
said, yes, it's a reasonable thing to do.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we're all right.
Listen, if your mom comes crawling back and says, I was a victim at this guy's hands, now, and now you're mad at your mom because she didn't protect you.
Exactly.
And listen,
and also she's a victim and has protected the grandpa and wouldn't come clean with what had happened to her till much, much later. In the meantime, he feels like there's something wrong with him, that he caused this.
I don't mind people being punished either, by the way. I've heard this many a time. I get this crap from almost everybody, including my own family on occasion, which is, we were crappy parents, but you should have seen how crappy our parents are. But so what? I'm not going to be a crappy parent. I was like, well, we were poor, but my dad was poor. I grew up poor. We're poor. We didn't know anybody. And people do that all the time. Drew's dad's been making, 6 figures for the last 25 years. He's still keeping, rinsing out mayonnaise jars so he can pack food in them. He doesn't have to break down and buy Tupperware. But that's it. Look, you drop it. You drop it. It's part of being an adult. It's part of being healthy. It's part of progression. It's not an excuse. It's an explanation to some degree, and yes, you can't expect to be perfect if you were traumatized and so on and so forth, but to be traumatized by a guy and then take your kid and drop your kid off to the same guy who traumatized you deserve some blame.
Mm-hmm.
You deserve some sympathy and some blame. And I don't think there's anything wrong with doing both. It's like a retarded guy pushes some chick out on the subway tracks, So feel bad for him. Yeah, got to put you down. That's sympathy and punishment simultaneously. Erica?
Yeah.
I don't like her attitude. Let's talk to, I want to talk to Max. Max?
Oh, boy.
Hello.
We have 40 seconds, Adam. You want to get into this?
You tried to get a hitman to kill your dad?
Yeah, when I was 18.
You're bulimic?
Yep.
And,
Ever since I was 17.
Bulimic, really? Does that mean you're vomiting up your food?
That's what bulimic generally means, yeah.
Ooh.
First of all, let me say, you guys, Adam.
Thanks, buddy.
You are a genius.
Thank you. Thank you in advance.
In what you do,
all right.
Respectively, you are gay.
I appreciate that, and I recognize you as a genius as well.
Because of that.
Max, here's the dealio. Listen,
all right.
Max,
shut up and listen to me.
Go ahead. I wanted to continue and say Drew was a genius
I know.
in his own respect.
But we didn't have time for that.
You're gay. I understand.
Max, shut up, and listen to me.
Yes.
Whatever it is, you got to get sober. That's what you got to do. That's number one. You got a lot of ideas, you got a lot of plans, you got a lot of dreams. Forget about all of them. You get sober. Okay? Understand? That's your number one job.
And number two, we'll call him back tomorrow if he wants.
All right.
We're out of time.
We'll be back.